Well, happy Christmas Eve, everyone, 2025. I want to remind everyone to take it easy on yourself during the holidays, not just if you've gone through a traumatic event, not just if you've gone through family separations, but not to let the expectations of the holiday season get to you. Even if everything in your life has gone wonderful and there isn't any extra stress. Sometimes we get too wrapped up. We turn into Clark Griswold, and I love that show, Griswold, with his Christmas Vacation, um, because we expect and we get so caught up in family traditions that we forget we don't have to follow a protocol. We can rewrite any holiday tradition as we go. It's all about being happy, spending time with your loved ones, enjoying life. What I've learned during my ordeal of my daughter being separated from me, her oldest brother, and from her youngest two siblings that she's only met one time during their life, um, is, well, during one vacation. Um, but one thing I've learned is I had to be versatile. I had to not get so caught up in what society thinks of holidays. I had to not get so caught up on what holidays had been. And the reason being that will spiral your emotions downward. It will get you wrapped up into a toxic cycle that will steal every joy and every bit of happiness for the moments that are right in front of you. And no child, no matter how old they are, and no family member can be of help, and no situation can be made right overnight. But what can happen is that you can nurse and take care of yourself during difficult times. And this can go for anyone. So, what I mean is, I will give you an example. My oldest is on his second Christmas in Boise State. He's about 7 hours south of where we're at. And this is the first year that he is actually not coming home for Christmas because he's got too much. He's working, he's trying to pay rent on his own for the first time, he's a full time college student, and he's adjusting. He's 20, so he's learning, and it's a long drive. The drive itself to come home, even if I were to fly him in, it's a difficult time, holiday travel. And he wanted to work more. He wanted to save back more money. And he was also torn by wanting to go to Kentucky to go visit his family. And we spoke about it, and he was like, "Mom, I haven't went to Kentucky. I haven't seen my family there, and I want to do everything, but I don't have time, and I really need to work." So he and I talked through it, and I was like, "Look, it is a transition, and why don't we not get caught up in what we think we should be doing?" So I'm going to drive down there to him, me and the two youngest children. I am leaving. It is Christmas Eve, 2025. I am leaving after the two youngest open their gifts in the morning from Santa. And we're going to get on the road and we're going to drive down to Big Brother Guppy, is what the youngest nicknamed him. So we all call him Guppy now. And we're going to go down and we're going to, I've got a hotel for a couple of nights. And we are going to spend Christmas night and most of Christmas Day in a hotel, but together. And I told him I will try to order pizza. Being in a hotel, I'm not going to be able to cook dinner. I debated about whether or not to do it tonight, cook a big dinner the following day and take leftovers down. But that's difficult because of the drive and keeping the food at proper temperature that many miles. So tonight, the kids building forts and enjoying Christmas vacation, movie time together. It was hard to pull myself away from the desire to cook the big Christmas dinner. It was hard to pull myself out of the kitchen and to sit myself down with my two youngest and to play around the dining room table as we built forts together. It was difficult for me to come up with an alternate plan instead of being in the kitchen, slaving away, cooking a big dinner. It was difficult for me to be able to say the most important moment is our time together. And it isn't about what society thinks holidays should be, how it should be. Every situation and every family is different. And even those families are going to become different as time changes the family structure. So the 20-year-old, he's learning, but he still needs that love and that family time, and he's gone through a hard time. It's hard. I remember wishing that I had a little bit more tender, gentle, loving parental support when I was younger, and learning how to be gentle and kind to ourselves, to the people around us. So I opened up cans. I don't know. I don't know if we'll do it every year. I know that we did it this year. So we will see. I opened up cans of corn, green beans, and sweet potatoes, and I put them all on a big tray. And I put that with ham in the oven for me and the two youngest for our Christmas Eve dinner. And I'm going to drive down to our Big Brother Guppy, and we're going to eat pizza in a hotel for Christmas dinner. And the most important thing is that we get this quality time together. We can talk about life, talk about what we've gone through. The youngest love sharing their stories about school, their friends, their teachers with their oldest brother. They are just, that's it, their hero. They enjoy that. And I love hearing my 20-year-old stories about him, his life, the challenges, reminding him that I'm here for him and being present. So sometimes society will tell you it's too much. It's too much to make the drive. He's 20. He's a young man. He can just tough it out, and this will be his first year as a single young man. And if I thought that's what he wanted, if I thought that's what he needed, I would do that. Um, but every situation and every family is different, and we have to communicate, and we have to follow our heart and our instinct. And in order to do that, peel ourselves away from the expectations and peel ourselves away from thinking our family traditions have to be this way. I have to cook the perfect turkey. I have to cook the perfect big dinner. I'm mom. I need to be in the kitchen. I've got to do this. Um, this Christmas Eve, we didn't do our Christmas Eve storytelling like we normally do, because we're going to do it with Guppy tomorrow night, when we get to Boise. And that is a little change up. That's a change this year that we are going through because we're family and we're supporting each other. And that is what I hope we always remember to do, is look toward the moment to enjoy, and don't get so caught up in the hardships of what used to be, what you wished it were, what you think was what you wanted. Um, and you have to move away from anger that you have, hurt, heartache from the expectations that were never met from the past. So I still don't have communication, healthy communication with my 17-year-old daughter. I will, again, I sent brother, her and her oldest brother, with me anyway, um, pictures on a group message. That's my attempt to keep them bonded and to keep them some form of communication. Um, it's hard and it's heartbreaking. I cry, I tear up deeply in my heart, because when I got to see her in October, I was just ecstatic. People I hadn't seen in Kentucky were just so ecstatic, and I missed them. Family, friends, that, neighbors that became family. Love them and adore them. And I shared with them that, maybe worst case scenario, I'll be back for Christmas. I would love to have all of my children together for Christmas. And and that didn't get to happen. Um, she is struggling with the direct, open communication that I know needs to happen between her and me, and even with her broken relationship with my oldest son. Those two were so close. I can't begin to explain to you how close they were when they were little. She was 7 and he was 10 when she was taken from us. And those two were so loving. Um, I watched siblings fight in other households, and my two rarely ever fought. They played, they laughed, and they were the sweetest together. They didn't fight. They would get mad at each other, and I would have them do what's called hugging it out. But I I hope and I pray that they get that relationship back. So On Christmas Eve, I want to post and I want to share this thought of mine about the fact that you can't ignore the hurt. Never ignore the hurt because it will destroy you. But you don't allow that hurt to destroy your future and the moment that you have in front of you. I was hoping to be back visiting with loved ones in Kentucky and have all of my children together. This Christmas, I was hoping to have open communication better and more healing between my daughter and me and our household. But it didn't happen so far. Um, but that expectation is not for me to let destroy the future. So, everyone be gentle. Be gentle to yourself. Be gentle and kind to the people around you. And remember, changing tradition and changing holidays is nothing to be sad about. It can be laughed about. I laughed with my 20-year-old about, okay, I'm coming to Boise then. I'm gonna get a hotel. I don't know what we're gonna do for food. I guess we'll get pizza. And his response was, you know, happiness. That I loved it. Um, those moments couldn't happen if I let myself get buried with hurt from broken expectations, from the heartache of my past, from the heartache of the trauma, the separation that me and my oldest son and our family and loved ones have endured from losing Milena. And those are the moments that we work through. Christmas Eve is different this year. I never thought I would open up canned food on a Christmas Eve, but I did it so I could watch movies and build forts with my two youngest. So, um, wish me luck. I'm going to do late night wrapping. I hope that everyone has a wonderful, cheerful, happy holidays. And again, I'm just posting this because I want to remind everyone that traditions are not set in stone. And the funny alternate stories that we might have to come up with during the changes that we go through in life and the life changes that our children go through and that we'll all go through are the moments to laugh at. Those are the moments that bring us together if we allow it. We have to allow it. We have to allow for those moments of enjoying our time together with our loved ones. So, have a wonderful holiday, everyone. I don't know if I'll get to post anything else before the New Year's. Probably will. If not, have a happy New Year's 2026 bringing in, and 2025. Um, cherish the memories, the healing, and the time with loved ones and friends and family. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone.